Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because today I guess we have Sylvia as well, but we are going to be creating the area that Nooks Cranny is going to be, and eventually Able Sisters, but just Nooks Cranny will be for today. Sylvia is very interested in what we have going on today. But without further ado, I'm going to quickly show you the area that we are going to be working with for today. So this is the area, it's to the very left of the entrance, and this entire area is going to include Nooks Cranny and also Able Sisters. So without further ado, let's get the Island Designer app up and running and get into our construction. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing for this specific build is I want to place and just kind of see where the actual Nooks Cranny is going to sit. I like to do this just so that I have a rough estimate of where it will be. So right now I'm just pathing out the dimensions of the actual building, and then I will kind of go from there of where I want to be placing my items. So if you watched my last build, the thing that I like to do first is just make my path. So this is just a custom design path that I found online, which I love for this island. It already is making it look so much more like jungly and tropical, and I'm obsessed. So I am basically just laying this down so that we have a clear path of where we want to be going, and then from there I can continue on with the actual terraforming part. So I am just struggling a little bit here. It always takes me a minute to get back into using the path, but once I'm good, I'm good. We're going. So I'm just going to place this path down and then we will continue. And I mentioned this in my previous build, so if you watch that, you will already know what I'm about to say. But a lot of the time I will just look like I'm standing around or I'm just walking back and forth in the area. And that is basically just because I really like to make sure that everything I'm doing kind of makes sense. So if you see me kind of standing in one spot, that is why, because I am just making sure that everything makes sense and the paths are looking good. Okay, so now we are starting with the actual cliff terraforming. So I'm currently grabbing apples because I need to move a bunch of trees that's behind where I want to make the cliff. So this cliff is going to be probably like quadruple the size that I'm going to make it today, but I just wanted to kind of get the gist of it started. Because eventually it will wrap all the way back around my resident services area, but for now I just wanted to kind of get it started. Here I am clearing out my inventory because I completely forgot to do that before I started this video. And right now I am just grabbing all the things that I think will look good in the area. So basically just going through what I have and just grabbing what I think will look nice. So So this is just a very rough outline of how I'm going to have this cliff become a cliff. But basically I just wanted to do the outline first so that I could see technically how big it was going to be, and then I go and fill in the inside. I'm just going to speed this up because I'm sure you guys know how to make cliffs in your game. But yeah, this is probably the most boring and tedious part of the entire build. I hate terraforming. I think it's so boring. I like decorating more than terraforming, so this is what I was doing. Once I am happy with the size of it, I like to round off the edges and just make sure that it looks a little bit more natural. So here I was just placing a path that's going to hopefully be at the bottom of a ramp. So I'm just going to get the money for that now. And I'm going to move my Nooks Cranny as well. I believe that's what I'm about to do here. Yeah, so I wanted to move the Nooks Cranny over to really see what it would look like in the area, and then also get a ramp. So it's going to be a two-tiered shopping center. So Nooks will be on the bottom level, and then Able Sisters will be on the second level. So now that I have the shop placed and I kind of had an idea of what it looked like in the area, I'm just going to start filling it in. I was kind of upset because of where I placed it. I'm not able to put any trees to the left of the building, which you will see me struggle with in a moment. So it doesn't look as lush as I would like it, but I'm hoping that as I fill in the top part where the Able Sisters will be, it'll look a little bit better. So I'm just filling in the areas that I can. So just basically filling it out with flowers and shrubs and trees. Once again, I am customizing my items because it's very helpful to customize your items. So I am doing that now. So as you saw, I couldn't really put any trees down in this area, so I am just filling it up with the cacao tree, which is like technically a tree, and it adds a little bit of height, but it's okay. It's all good. So I'm just going to place some boxes to make it kind of look like they just got their shipment in maybe, and then just kind of filling in where I can. At a point here, I am going to time travel just because it's hard to decorate the front of a shop when you don't know exactly where the door is, and I didn't want to put anything in the wrong area, so I'm doing what I can right now by just kind of filling it in with what I can, and yeah, you'll see me. I'm just going to pay off my incline so that everything is all set up, and then we will time travel to the next day to see what it is looking like so far. Also, as I was going inside Tangy started talking to me and I just instantly hit okay, and I didn't realize that she wanted to do a scavenger hunt. So I kind of stood Tangy up on her scavenger hunt. So I am sorry, Tangy, for standing you up. So it is now technically the next day, and here it is. I think it looks so good right by the beach. I've always loved the look of Nooks Crannies by the beach, but I am just so happy with how this one turned out. So now I'm just going and grabbing some more flowers. I'm going to grab a couple shrubs and a couple more items just to fill in the gaps that I can now that I can actually see what it looks like in the area. So with that, this is what the Nooks Cranny looks like. Ta-da! Always had to take a couple pictures right after it was done. But yeah, I am really happy with how it turned out. Obviously it's not super lush in the back, but once we terraform that area, it'll look a lot better. But I quickly wanted to do a little walkthrough with you. So coming from the entrance to your left, you follow the path down, and this is the Nooks Cranny. It's very simple, and eventually, obviously, the house that's in front of Nooks Cranny will be gone. So I'll put a lot more down towards the beach area to kind of tie it in as well. But overall, I'm really happy with how simple it looks. I think it suits so well on the beach, and I'm just really, really happy with how it turned out. And I also cannot wait now to do Able Sisters in the back. I think it's going to look so good behind it. So yes. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.